What's up, guys? Just a quick preview about our game now against Espanyol in La Liga. So we're back in La Liga looking for the 5th win in a row to continue our winning streak. We had a good performance against Marseille, got a little bit lucky towards the end, but we got the win in the Champions League. And then now it is back to La Liga. And the thing is, we do have a few issues at the moment, with the right back and then also Hausen getting injured. And I think that's going to be the interesting thing to see how Xabi Alonso fixes this issue that we have in this game against Espanyol, but then also the game against Levante and then also Atletico Madrid on the weekend, right? So the main thing is going to be like at right back and also at center back. So who's going to come in? I would think most likely that Asensio is going to come in to fill in Hausen's spot, since Hausen's red card did not get rescinded. So now the thing is okay, on right back, who do we play at right back position? Because for me, Carvajal and Militao have played way too many games already, just coming back from big ACL injuries. But with Trent Alexander-Arnold's injury against Marseille, then we need to see who's actually going to play that right back position. So there's the option to play Carvajal another game, coming back from international break, playing against Real Sociedad 90 minutes, and then pretty much playing 90 minutes against Marseille. And then now asking him again for the 3rd game in a row to play at least a big portion of the match right back again. I think we're really risking it. We're going to be risking his fitness, and we're going to be risking his continued career at Madrid, right? So that one's going to be really interesting to see how Xabi Alonso handles this. Because with Trent out, that leaves, nobody wants to see it, but that leaves Valverde as another option. Another option is Asensio, but we need him in center back, right? Because of course you can also have, let's say, Alaba center back, and then you can play Asensio right back. But I think it's too many changes to a winning team, right? So we want to make minimal changes at the back, because Espanyol is going to be a tough test. They've won 3 games and drew 1 game, I believe. 3rd in La Liga at the moment, beat Atletico Madrid. So we need to focus on winning this game and keeping our good momentum going, right? We struggled a little bit against Marseille in the second half, and then also against Real Sociedad as well. We went down to 10 men in the first half. First half were good. Second half we struggled. So the team, fitness-wise might be a little bit less because of the amount of running they had to do, since we've been 10 men now the last 2 games. So managing this game is really important. We need to win this game because Barcelona are playing well. They're picking up momentum, and they're right on our heels. And we need to keep on winning this game. So we need to play our best team now and not worry too much about Atletico Madrid on the weekend, on next weekend, right? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then this channel will be able to grow, and I will be able to give you a lot more video and a lot more analysis on our team Real Madrid. So I think when it comes to the back line, you have Carreras, playing again, of course, left back position, that he's made that his own now. Then I think you would have Asensio coming in and filling in for Hausen. And the thing is, Asensio, if you actually take away the Club World Cup, man, he's back. He's good, because last season he helped us big time, and then this season when Alonso has utilized him when we needed him, he's come on and he's done the job. He hasn't made any mistakes. He's helped the team, and he's been there for us when needed, right? So now he might be getting his opportunity from the starting position and might be able to almost pay back Alonso, for his trust and everything, right? So if we look at it in terms of what Hausen has been bringing to Real Madrid so far, which we always kind of have. Madrid always have these ball playing center backs, right? So Hausen has been able to do our ball carries, to do our progressive passes, and he's done it really, really good at a good quality. And then now Asensio, don't forget, he can also do that as well. He might not be as technically gifted as Hausen, but he can still do what we need, right? He can do those progressive carries. He can do those long balls. So he knows how to do those things, right? So he can fit into that role. When he gains his confidence and then he starts getting some more minutes, we'll see Asensio back to even a better level than we saw him last season. That's what I hope. That's what I hope anyway. So that's and then pair him with Militao. Same thing. Not happy with Militao playing so many games, and I think we really need to be careful with Militao because he's had an amazing start of the season, and I know some people were saying against Marseille like he was looking a little bit shaky, but I agree with that in the first half. But in the second half, I thought Militao was just as good as he was against Real Sociedad. You know. So in the first half, he was struggling with Marseille. In the first half, he was struggling with Aubameyang, a few runs here and there, losing him and everything. And then also just some unfortunate rebounds and this and that. And for the goal, I don't even blame Militao for that one. In my last video, I mentioned that, yeah, Güler making the first mistake, and then Valverde, when tracking back against the wrong person, right? He should have been going for their left winger, Weah, instead of going to Greenwood, who had the ball. So Militao positionally was sound, from what I saw anyway. And then now at right back, I think for this game, yeah, you play Carvajal. You play Carvajal this game. You rest him against Levante, and then you play him against Atletico Madrid, and then again in the Champions League, then he's not going to be playing. So that could be an option, but I still think once again that is too many games. 3 90 minutes or an additional time in this game against Espanyol. Another option is with this kid from Castilla, like Jimenez. I'm not even gonna lie, don't know much about him. Yeah, center back, right back, or anyway, yeah, defensive option. So maybe he can play in that position, or maybe you do get Valverde and you put him back in that position, because now we have Bellingham back. He came back against Marseille, didn't play. Camavinga back, came back against Marseille, didn't play. And then today we also have Endrick. Endrick is back, you know, so looking forward to, wow, he's not going to get any minutes in this game, I doubt, but anyway, looking forward to having him in the team again, and him staking his claim, you know. But then, yeah, so I think there is a few things you can do, but I would say maybe, because Xabi Alonso in the press conference says that, yeah, once again, he sees Valverde as a central midfield, which is, once again, very important, because just play the players where they're good at, and play the players in their positions, right? He said the same thing against about Camavinga. He's a central midfielder, so either a 6 or an 8. So play the players in the position they're comfortable in, and they can help the team the most, right? So ideally, I think all of us are tired of seeing Valverde as a right back. But the interesting thing is that in his press conference, he said, yeah, Valverde is a central midfielder, but you know, never say never, right? So when we do need him, he will have to play in that position. So maybe today is the game that we need him, but I think anyway, he'll go with Carvajal in that right back position. And the midfield position, I think, yeah, just our trident at the moment. Tchouaméni, Arda Güler, and Valverde there. But, for example, if he chooses to put Valverde at right back, then I think, for example, you actually put in Ceballos, because I thought Ceballos had an excellent game against Real Sociedad. It went underneath the rug because it's Ceballos, so yeah, no one's going to talk crazy about him. But I thought he had a really outstanding game against Real Sociedad, like in terms of defense, in terms of transitioning the ball and link-up play and everything. And I wouldn't mind seeing him against Espanyol if that means Valverde goes back to right back position, because Valverde this season has been poor. He has been poor, right? So once again, a lot of people don't want to mention it when Valverde is having poor games. Everyone default always gives Valverde like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, everything. But realistically, guys, like this season, Valverde has been poor. We have not seen the best of him. And whether that's like all the games he's played over the years, catching up on him, the amount of running he does or whatever, or just, yeah, a dip in form, it happens. But hopefully he does come back to his best, because we haven't seen it yet this season. But yeah, so that's, and then now up front, I think Masantuono plays on the right side. He's ahead of Brahim at the moment, and I think offers more at the current moment. So you play Masantuono there. You play Mbappe. And then now the other question, which I don't really think is a big question, but yeah, whether it's Rodrygo or Vini. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then this channel will be able to grow, and I'll be able to give you a lot more video and a lot more analysis on our team Real Madrid. So everybody wants to focus on that. But I think the main thing is actually right back. So what Alonso is going to do in the right back position, what he chooses to do in that left winger position, yeah, it is what it is. I don't mind. Whatever decision he thinks is right, he'll go for it. But I think Vini's going to play. And the reason I think this is because, like, I don't think Vini not playing in the Champions League was that big. Not starting the Champions League was that big of a move. It's something Ancelotti wouldn't have done last season, but we've seen this before many times at Real Madrid, where there is rotation within players, right, within the La Liga and then Champions League. We saw it with our goalkeepers, Casillas and David Lopez. We saw it with Higuain and Benzema for a couple of years. We saw it very often, where like you would have your main player, you would have that rotation in La Liga and in the Champions League. So I think this is what it was, where it was an easy kind of opportunity to give a little nudge at Vini, right? So dropping him from that game and testing him a little bit, and then playing Rodrygo and seeing what Rodrygo would do. I don't think Rodrygo did enough to displace Vini in this game, for this game. But if Alonso does play Rodrygo, start Rodrygo in this game, then I think that will be a big move. I think that will be a bigger move, because 2 games in a row, that's now saying something. But 1 game in the Champions League, different competition, I don't think was that crazy. But I think it is going to be Vini, Mbappe, and then Massantuono, and then that's going to be our starting 11. So it's good that we have our players coming back now. So Mbappe and Camavinga coming back against Marseille, didn't get any minutes, but I think maybe this game they'll get some minutes. And then we had Endrick coming back again. Same thing. I don't think he's going to get minutes, because we've seen with Gonzalo Garcia, he hasn't had any minutes at the current moment, because of how well Mbappe is playing and how Alonso seems to have like a system now. So in the left wing, you have the competition between Vini and Rodrygo, which is quite cool actually. So we kind of see like who wins that battle. And then we have up front, it is Mbappe, and then your option or your plan B is now Gonzalo Garcia. And then now on your right wing, before Bellingham came back into the fold, you had Massantuono and then Brahim, right? So now Bellingham is back, so yeah, I'll say, like, for example, he'll get some minutes today, Bellingham, and then against Levante, he'll play. He'll probably start against Levante, I'm thinking. And then depending on how he performs, we'll see against Atletico Madrid, right? So yeah, I think that's going to be the formation. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Madrid. And let's see how Madrid actually perform in this game, right? Because Marseille was a little bit tricky. You know, it was a little tricky match. We played good first half, second half we dropped off. And we've been starting our games very well in the beginning. And now in the second half we drop off, right? And now with the changes, with Hausen not being there, the last game Hausen didn't play, we got trashed by PSG, so so that's not a good sign, that's not a good omen. And then now the fitness with Militao and Carvajal, not really happy with the game time they're having to play at the current moment. And this just comes once again from a lack of fit defensive cover in our back line, right? Yeah, unfortunate about Trent. And then now midfield, Güler had a poor game against Marseille, but he's one of the pillars of this Madrid team. He's one of like the first names on the team sheet, you know. And we've seen that with how Alonso has been using him. And I also don't hear anybody saying like drop Güler. No, Güler's gonna be playing like every match, because this is literally like his apprenticeship. You know, this season, Güler needs to prove that he can play that position and he can be the man for Madrid. Otherwise, Madrid will start planning, or maybe already do have plans if Güler doesn't work out this season because. Yeah, because he's been giving a lot of responsibility, and he's been giving a lot of game time. So by the end of this season, you know, if he hasn't given back that investment from Alonso, from Madrid, then I think Madrid will be looking for alternatives. Madrid, best team in the world. And yeah, you can't rest on your laurels, so you always have to keep on improving, right? But yeah, one poor game from Güler, but overall this season he's been amazing. So everything good that has come from Real Madrid this season, yeah, Güler has been involved and Mbappe has been involved. Other players have been involved as well, but everything good, all our chances, all our goals, assists or key passes and things like that, Güler is involved, Mbappe is involved. So those are the two standout players in terms of attack. And then in terms of just players who are on top of their form right now, yeah, Tchouaméni, Carreras, Militao, Heusen. So let's just continue that good form into this game. And I think we're gonna get the win today. I never do predictions for the scoreline. I just see how the game is going and okay. But yeah, I think we'll win this game. And we've seen that when it's 11 against 11 and Madrid keep their cool and keep their pressing, and our pressing is getting better every single game, so they're learning rapidly quick, then the opposition find it really hard to shoot on Courtois' goal and to actually challenge us. Yes, they might get some openings here and there, but we always cover. I'm always feeling very confident about Madrid's positioning. So I think yeah, and we conceded 3 goals so far this season. 2 in La Liga, which were set pieces, 1 a corner, and then 1 a penalty. It was, yeah, I think a penalty, but then the first one we conceded, was it a corner or like a free kick? I think it was a corner, yeah. So that, and then we conceded our first goal from open play against Marseille, right? Which came from, once again, not poor team performance, not a lack of pressing, not anything. It just came from the mistake of one player and then other players not covering, you know. So yeah, I think clean sheet, we can go again for this. Even if Espanyol break us down, man, we're the best goalkeeper in the world. Courtois has had maybe one of the easiest few games, you know, for Madrid, even though like in terms of, yeah, there's less now. Madrid are a lot more defensively sound, and there's less threats on Courtois' goal, right? But Courtois has been doing exactly what he needs to do in terms of like coming in, being that super keeper when the pass does go through our defense and a keeper needs to be there, and he's there, right? So he's actually saved us in those instances. So he's had a really good game. Position wise and running out and things like that, but definitely one of his easiest few games being a Real Madrid goalkeeper. But once again, coming from just a great play from Alonso's Real Madrid at the moment. So yeah, I'm expecting us to improve, to build on this, and to win this game. Yeah, Mbappe scoring a brace minimum, you know, and then maybe Vinny or Rodrygo. Finally, I don't know, you know, putting in their name on the score sheet, you know, just to let everybody know they're still here, they're still around. All right, guys, let's go and win this game, and I'll see you guys on the video after the match. I'll make a video and then just highlighting some analysis and things I saw in the match and everything. All right, see you